Good morning, and thank you very much for coming to our Sunday service. I'm very sorry to start late since our board meeting is still going on. I need to come over here to start the service, and I apologize for being late to start this service. So today, I'd like to have a Japanese style service, and later, Miss Marie Otani will present Japan trip adventure in Japan recently. So please stay with us. And last week I introduced that reading sutra, chanting sutra is very good for health. And reading, the unfamiliar words can activate your brain, and at the same time it can help preventing the aspiration pneumonia by strengthening the throat by reading aloud, and so it is actually good for health. So today I'd like you to read, aloud together with me, starting from page 12, Koge. With every thought, I burn this incense of discipline and meditation to dedicate myself to the past, present, and the future Buddhas of the 10 directions. Samboda, page 13. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Dharma, the teachings which eternally exist in the lands of the 10 directions. I wholeheartedly take refuge in the Sangha, the community which eternally exists in the lands of the 10 directions. Sanbujo. We reverently call upon Shakyamuni Tathagata, the enlightened one, to enter this sacred place. We reverently call upon the Tathagatas, Buddhas of the 10 directions, to enter this sacred place. Page 15, Sangege. Gashaku shozo shoaku no bad words and thoughts. I now repent them all. Page 16, 10年。ナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダブナムアミダナムアミダブツナムアミダブ。ページ17、開教。無常人事未了法百千万語難即大根言門徳十字願言如来真実The answer first, profound and wondrous Dharma teachings, even after 100,000 million years, is difficult to encounter. We now here receive and uphold it. May we understand the true message of the Tathagata Buddha. Page 18, 姿勢言。無量寿教姿勢言阿門調整願一心Page 24, 省略文。大名天上 The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and all who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. Nebutsujiye, please offer incense. Namu Amida Buttu, Namu Amida Buttu, Namu Amida, Namu Amida Buttu, Namu Page 62. Dedication of merit. I revere the king of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and founder of the teachings, Shakyamuni Buddha, all the Buddhas as many as the sons of the Ganges in the 6 directions, Kannon, Seishi, all the great bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimately the beings of the pure and great oceans, and the 3 treasures and the great compassion of Amida Buddha. May there be harmony below the heavens with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely and disasters and calamity not arise. May nations be bountiful, people safe, and armies and weapons not to be used. Let us revere virtue and humanity and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Komyo, the Great Master Shandao, our founder, the Great Master Enko Tozen Ejo, Kokaku Jikyo Mensho Bajun Honi Daishi Honen Shonin, the Second Patriarch, National Teacher Daisho Shoju Shoko Shonin, the Third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master Kishu Yochu Shonin, the light of transmitting the pure and teachings of the three countries, and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessings of Amida. The founding master of our temple, the restorer, and all the priests who serve this temple with again practice will achieve perfect enlightenment to return to this world from the pure land to guide us again. We again offer my prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connections. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and transcendently born into the pure land. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the path. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist path. Since the founding of this temple, to all the members, the daily and monthly memorial tablets, the recently deceased, those in the intermediate state of existence, and to all spirits, may we cultivate virtuous merit so that they may be enlightened. We bow here on with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved ones for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. 元に将来諸宿毒開始へここにとぐるおところの奨励は本日三景の各家先祖代々一族専門主君霊と追善増上五代片根川区は戦士病持つ横難合し三害万礼無縁無縁難し崩壊平等利益Page 26. そうへこう。元にし不徳、平等性、才道、中母大師、往生安楽国。We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve birth in the pure land of peace and bliss. Please put your hands together in Gassho and recite Namu Amidabu 10 times together. 道生10年 Namu Amidabu, 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 to Namu Amidabu. Page 29. 総仏念。小仏随縁元本国不参考化身小仏願仏自身用もね道生相関人襲来 May we now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them off. We ask for your compassionate guidance and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to the temples in that planet, Jodo.すいません。Okay, so, oh yes. I'd like to call today's guest speaker, Miss Marie Odani. She recently visited Okinawa and Tokyo, and thank you. I would like to hear the report. This is going forward. Great, yes.
First of all, I want to apologize to Sensei because
I'm jealous.
I didn't expect to buy some Shohei swag, but I saw the t-shirt, so I got a t-shirt. I'm old-timey after all. And my friend said, oh, that's nice. And I said, yeah, and the bishop at the hotel, he's a big fan. And she said, well, why didn't you get him one? So since this shirt only had medium and large, so that's my excuse. So yeah, showtime. So he was everywhere. I hope this. Oh, this is?
Oh,
Just, oh, I think this is it. He's actually, at the top screen, it's actually a video of him looking very, like, so, okay, now I know the videos aren't working. But anyway, so I'm gonna try, oops. So hi Thai, that's hi in Okinawan or Uchinaguchi. I hope you don't, I'm trying not to make this talk where you go, and then I saw this, and then I saw that. So I put all the important stuff in the front, so if I'm going long, since they just say, hurry up, get going, so I can quit at any time. But I was invited to a private tour of Okinawa and Tokyo. Because my mom's side is Okinawan, and I've never been to Okinawa, I have to go. So this is our group, small group, 20, 21 people. Hi Thai, yeah, it's not hi, but the women is supposed to say hi Thai, I guess the men say hi side. Anyway. Oops, wait. So Okinawa is really like Hawaii, that's what I've been told, and sure enough, it's tropical, it's humid, there's fruit, all the fruits, and there we go, we got poke bowls there too. And it's certainly not like Japan, just like Hawaii is not the US mainland. The flight from Naha, Okinawa to Tokyo was over 2 hours, which surprised me somewhat. I thought it was closer than that, but you look at the map, it is far. So there is a culture there that's different from Japan. And so I saw another sign, drive-in restaurant, Hawaii. And if you look at the guy on the left, he's flashing the shaka. And people ask me if I saw sakura in Japan, and my friend got there in mid-January. She said, Marie, the sakura is already blooming. I think you're going to miss it. But no, we caught it in Okinawa. This is the sakura at Makishi Garden, just a few blocks from our hotel. And it's a darker shade of pink than the one in Japan, that are more really light pink. But it was quite beautiful, striking. And picture on the top right, there's actually poinsettia, really dark red mixed in with the sakura blossoms. So before I went on this trip, I asked Takano Sensei, are there any Jodo Shu temples in Okinawa? And there's a book of all the Jodo Shu temples, so he looked it up. And there's only about 8 or so, but on the first one listed is in Naha City, which is where we were, but it was in Oroku, which looked to be some distance from our hotel, so I was a little, well, maybe we can make it, maybe not. But thanks to my friend, who I found out her family is originally from Oroku, and we happened to be there. We went to the Jodo Shu temple, Taichuji, I think it's called Taichuji. But unfortunately, it was closed. It had closed for the day, like half an hour before we got there. So this is one of the two. I didn't get a picture of the other sign on the other side, which says Taichuji, but this says Jodo Shu Okinawa Betsui. It's really scratched up. I have no idea why, but hope they get that fixed. Oops. So there's a bell there, a nice bell, and the sign on the top says Taichuji, and yeah, they're my front of the closed doors, and it says, we closed at 4:50, and I was there like at 5:50. it looks, the size of the place looks to be as much as the hotel itself. So why do we need such a big parking lot? But people have pointed out maybe that's the phone desk is held there. My friend who was showing me around Okinawa, she also donates to, she has yukata, her mom's old yukata, and rolls of fabric and kimono accessories, as well as tea ceremony items that she no longer needs, so she gave it to me and she donated to the hotel. And being part of the sewing circle, I was, on the lookout for kimonos and obis, and she took me to, there's a book-off over there. Well, there's several book-offs, and each book-off has a specialty. This one actually had a lot of kimonos, and obis are hanging there, and the obi age, obi-jime. Price, they're price to sell, like we try, but organized, and so it was, I was trying to take pictures sneakily because I wasn't sure I was allowed to. But there on the right, that's my friend. I thought I'd pick up a picture because I told her, you'll make you honorary member of Jodo Shu because she helped us so much. And this is, one of the things on our tour was a bingata dyeing. This specific style to Okinawa. And it's a type of resist dyeing. And we all got a tote bag to try and decorate. And we're not finished yet because we just do the dye. So this is what I finished. I know it looks like a mess, but apparently when we iron to get rid of the resist and we wash it in warm water and iron again, apparently it looks really, it looks much better than it does. So the thing about this, it has a gradation with the colors. That's their specialty. So this is one thing that was nice to do. In the line with all of this art and craft, my friend wanted to see glass making or glass works and pottery. So my friend took us to Yomitan. She was driving us north and south and everywhere. So this, too bad we can't play it because this is a video of them working. There's about 5 workers in an open workspace, workshop. And they weren't talking to each other. They just knew what to do. They brought their work there and the guy twisted it and turned it and then brought it back to be reheated. Oh, well, like the sound of it. And then this is a kiln. And my friend said this is called a nobori gama. So it's climbing the hill. And this is one at Yomitan. Another view. And I found this a second nobori gama at Tsuboya. It's a separate trip we took. And you couldn't see it from the ground. I said, that's interesting up there. So I started climbing it. There it was. I saw all the jars just tossed on the side, and that's why the jars tossed on the side, but it's part of that kiln. And apparently that note there said it was, they think it was created in the 1680s, and it's the last one that's mostly intact. So I mentioned that my mom's side is from Okinawa. The town is called Yonabaru. And my friend got me to City Hall. And after that, it was like, kind of tricky to see if we could get through. But she said, just say you're from Hawaii. Of course, she did most of the talking. And I was able to meet the mayor. And I met the mayor last year at the Okinawa Festival because it was the 125th anniversary of immigration from Okinawa. And 30 of the 31 mayors came. And so we got to meet him. And actually, I showed him some pictures of my family. And he says, oh, I know that guy. My mother's father's side. And then I showed him my mother's mother's side. I said, oh, what was his name again? So he's like, how big is this or how small is this town? But anyway, he was very cordial and congenial. And then, so I said, oh, can I get a picture with you? And apparently, they're prepared for this because you see that background? like this. They roll it up from the floor. It's just sitting there, roll it up from the floor. They say, okay, take your picture. And so, yeah, we flash them chakas. And that's a shisa outside. There's always two, one that, just like here, one with the closed mouth and one open mouth. And then all the towns have a logo. So that circle thing. And we're trying to find some Yonabari swag, but just couldn't find it. So gotta try next time. One of the interesting things is the, I know it sounds kind of morbid, but it's the Okinawan tombs. They're big structures because it's like ancestral tombs, and they're scattered all over. Like here we are walking to the restaurant for our lunch, and it's just on the side. And here more of them on the roadside. And I asked my friend who's Okinawan, I said, do we have any in Hawaii? She said, no. And it's very clear that they don't have what we see in the haka here, the Japanese haka, they don't have it there either. So that's a big cultural difference. Okay, on to the modern. Japan has a way of, I guess, in Okinawa, dealing with their labor shortage. So this is a robot. Too bad I can't play the video, but you might have seen it when we went to Kyoto. It busts the trays into dirty dishes, and it knows, not to run into people. So, you can hear it. So, they just accept technology. And this is a room service robot in Shinagawa, in our Prince Hotel in Shinagawa. Apparently it brings your things to your room if you request it. It's charging right now, sitting in the lobby. And as an aside, our Okinawan tour guide, we were talking with her about financial and insurance and medical and all that. And she says that she would give her daughters their allowance using pay, which is like PayPal. So it's not money anymore, just put it in your account. So they've just gone wholeheartedly into the new wave, the new age of 21st century. Then again, my cousin's wife says, I can't deal with this. Okay, so again, too bad we can't play this, but this is Okinawa. There's a monorail in Okinawa, just like ours, and it's going, elevated monorail. And this is at the Makishi station. And I didn't catch a video, but there was a monorail in Tokyo with Shohei's face on both the front and the back. Just going around. He's everywhere. And then we went to Shuri Castle. This is Okinawa was the Ryukyu kingdom, and there was a royal family and all that. And if you didn't know, right around Notre Dame's fire, Shuri Castle burned on Halloween 2019, and it was pretty badly burned. We could visit there, but not in the buildings because they're still undergoing repair. Hopefully done by fall of this year. Oh, did you see the picture? They have a picture of what it's going to look like. Superimposed. See if I can get that. Yeah. So on the right side is actually a big, like, hanging to show you that's what it's going to look like. By the way, those little knobs coming out of the wall, our guide said that's unique to Okinawa and Korea, that you don't see it anyplace else. And this is I want to show you the map of what the castle should look like. So this doesn't look like Osaka-jo or anything Japan. It looks more like China. And so the influence for Okinawa is really Chinese. The guy told us that there was a lot of lacquer on the building. That's why it burns so quickly, because lacquer is just it's oil, it's just going to burn. So here's some views with the scaffolding. And this is a panoramic shot that I took from the top of the hill from behind Shooting Castle. I did this with my iPhone, in case you don't know about it. I like doing it once in a while instead of doing a video. And so it's a nice panoramic shot, but it does look twisted because of the panorama. And that's me on top, thanks to our organizer of the tour. And then, this reminded me of Lahaina. So on the top left, if you can see it, this is the before and the after. So all that remained after the fire were these two dragon towers or pillars representing dragons. And miraculously, they stood up, but they can no longer be reused, so they're going to replicate them and put them on. Know about sea grapes. They're not fruit. They're like seaweed. They're salty, but they have the look of grapes. So we went to a sea grape farm, so to speak, and this is a guy who runs it, and he's showing us the early stages of how you grow sea grapes. So I guess they go for maybe 9 weeks. So this is kind of early on. So they told us, go ahead and scoop it up. So I scooped it up. And later on, they show you how you sort them. Ones that look nice, ones that look like, a little bit like a second But he said they're all the same quality, they're all the same taste, it's just the look. And so we had a contest. He said, let's have a contest. And he gave us these little nets, but the nets are made of rice paper. And he gave us 2 minutes to grab as many sea grapes as we can before it breaks. So whoever wins is either gets the most or goes before it breaks. Oh, good. And I wanted, because since they asked, I said anything that says Buddhism or Buddhism, I thought I'd put in. This is the underground cave at Okinawa World. It was long, it was neat, but it was hot and humid. And thank goodness it was raining because, you couldn't tell if it was sweat or rain. But this is the Daibutsu thing, and, they name things so that you show some interest. And I don't know, does it look like Buddha to you? But it's supposed to be the big Buddha. And yes, it's actually blue like that. So it says blue spring, and the top right is a kannon, twisted kannon figure. And then the bottom right, it says I think 1,000 Buddhas, Sennin Bozu. So, just to create interest. It was really neat, but they had to cut down the stalactites to give us headroom, which seems really unfortunate. And then at the same Okinawa, where once we got out of the caves, they had an Asa show, which we couldn't photograph, but they had a hapu snake. This is a poisonous snake in Okinawa, and actually, like when we were going to the pottery areas, they have signs that watch out for the snake. And they actually make a liquor using the venom. I don't know why, but there you go. And this is at the Shuraumi Aquarium, the manatees. It's quite a nice aquarium with a whale shark. Whale sharks are is known in Okinawa, as well as the turtles. That's the turtles checking me out. And as we were, there's a separate building that has a double hull canoe. And on there's a letter from her Kane, instrumental with the ukulele, and he wrote a letter to Nippon, I don't know, but anyway, it's there. And the group leaders were know Naima Thompson, because actually Naima Thompson returned some stones. It's a long story, but back to the Otani home island of Okinawa. So there's an association with Naima Thompson and the Okinawa island in Japan, where the Otani family is from, and the Kimura family from this guy, they're from. So they said that Naima Thompson didn't know was there. And so the guy on the left is Art Kimura, and I guess he has to fool around with all the photographic CGI tools. So he prepared this that we're not really under Bible, but he did a photographic, what you call it, special effects. So I thought that was kind of cool. This is our tour group. Oh, and Heiwa Dori is, we were in Nama, where our hotel was. We were on Kokusai Dori, Kokusai Street, which is like the busy street, driving street. And on the side, there's a pedestrian-only Heiwa Dori. And you can just find all kinds of things there, eat your way. There's a spam musubi place too, which my friend told me the spam musubi in Okinawa is not good in Hawaii, so I thought I'd try it. It was good, but yeah, I don't know if it was corned beef or spam, but it was an interesting treat. In case people like this kind of stuff, the Okinawa Festival, if you haven't been to it, has a Heiwa Dori marketplace where they bring a lot of stuff from Okinawa to sell, foodstuffs and everything. Okay, this is Sugamo in Tokyo. It's known as the old people's Harajuku. So Harajuku is young people doing fancy things. And apparently this is for us older folks. And the thing that there's a couple of shops that have red underwear or red clothes, and the red's supposed to give you good luck. So I don't know how I got to underwear, but it's really we know how to kick there. And at the top right, I guess there's a duck that represents Sugamo, and that's his oshiri, his back, rear end, and it's fuzzy, it's like fur. So people have taken to rubbing it, we don't know why, but it used to be in the front, and so many people rubbed it that they decided to move it to the back of the train station, further away from where people got off from the train station. So that's all of this. And, okay, oops, too far. So, Ippe Nifui Dibiru, which is thank you in Uchinaguchi, and arigatou gozaimasu. That's our group in the Shinagawa Hotel before we went on the bus. So, I'm available for asking questions.
Thank you so much. If anyone has something to report, experience, please come to speak in the future. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. This concludes the Sunday service, and next Sunday service, March 15th, start from 10 o'clock. That will be English service. Once again, thank you very much, and have a great day.
Boys Day. Boys Day. Not Children's Day. Boys Day.
Yeah, some books are needed day.